I think Secretary Bessent stands with Ukraine and stands for Ukraine, and he's our friend, and our relations have been developed during the last year, started with the first meeting in Kyiv, when he brought the idea of setting up the new two so-called Ukraine-US investment fund. And we discussed with him that actually this fund become very operational, and it can be one of the core elements for the reconstruction and recovery, and for incentivizing the private sector, US private sector, that can help to set up businesses in Ukraine and implement it. So I think it was very friendly discussion, and he's very supportive, and he stands with Ukraine from the first day. There is a problem with Svyrydenko right now. The pilots are striked, and we need to amend our tickets. This fund now is fully operational, and the first investment have been done. And so we made kind of window for applicants that want to get finance from the DFC and to implement their projects in Ukraine. And you might see that in the list there are 200 projects. Yeah, so it's means that there's a huge demand from US and Ukraine companies. We're very committed for IMF program, and IMF is a kind of anchor, for the all financial support for our country. And me and President and Parliament are very committed for the reforms agenda. And we had a very good discussion with Kristalina Georgieva today with her team. And actually, the way how they approach to Ukraine, I think it's unique, because they understand that in some cases we need more flexibility, and they are ready for that flexibility, because they know that at the end we will implement all the reforms that needed to keep the macroeconomic stability. We really hope that it will help us to unblock the 20th package of sanctions. It will help us to unblock 90 billion, and it also would help us to unblock the clusters for our EU integration, because our way to EU is irreversible. All Ukrainians feel themselves like a part of the EU family, and I think that they deserve to be there. So now it's the right time for us to move faster and to have the fast track for our EU integration. We understand that it's like 5th year of large-scale invasion, and it seems that the war is going to last during this year. Of course, Ukrainian wants to gain peace, but it should be, long, just peace, and with a security guarantee. Until then, we are very focused on fighting and on working. I think that we need to strengthen sanctions, not to postpone, not to provide waivers. So we need to strengthen sanctions. As we understand perfectly well that only the weak Russia can feel all the pain that Ukraine feels, and actually it's our strategic goal to be more stronger in economic sense, to be more stronger in defense, more stronger than Russia in many areas, and it's something that can help us to bring to just peace. I dream that this war will be end, but it will be end with the proper security guarantees, with a proper prosperity plan, with a proper plan for the reconstruction and the recovery, and that would give the opportunity for Ukrainians to live the life that they deserve, because they have been fighting so hard for the last more than 4 years. What would be how to redirect our flight back to Ukraine? Yeah,